New York City, tonight I bring for you some of the best minds on Twitter who talk about the Nets. We are on the precipice of great things in Brooklyn. Things that we haven't seen in this city for a long time. It's the Nets Offseason EXTRAVAGANZA in New York City. Let's talk about it. On this Hallows Eve, Halloween for the layman, I want to bring tidings of good cheer. There's no kids knocking on the door. That's sad. My son's not dressed up. He's 8. He's probably not smart to risk COVID and take him out. But things are looking bad around the city, around the country. But before we talk about this off season with the Nets, everybody, which is the precipice of joy coming to the city, the precipice of doing extraordinary things that I think, we're all kind of waiting and bated breath. Even the Knicks fans are waiting, right? So before I bring in our Nets off-season extravaganzas roundtable of the Nets Twitter think tank, the best of the Nets Twitter think tank that we all kind of participate in on a daily basis. Before I bring in the crew that I've assembled to talk about what's going to happen this offseason, I just want to remind everyone, no matter what you believe in, if you've ever went to a polling station and voted, this is the year to do it. In Brooklyn, we have all kinds of upheaval. There's protests, from the left side of political minds, and they're protesting and they're out. And other times, to my shock, here in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, where I live very close to a Hasidic Jewish community, and to see them protesting shows us that we are in different times. But let's get past it and vote. That's what's on deck for us on Tuesday. No matter where you align, New York City, we got to get out there and vote. So, that being said, I also want to kind of send a shout out to, Evan Roberts' partner, who kind of like was a key part of me even listening to sports talk radio, Joe Boningo, who recently retired. So I want to send a shout out to him and good luck. Fresh out of jail, they gave Evan Roberts a new partner, like fresh home, like that's amazing. But Joe Boningo is a legend, and I wish him well with this part of his lifestyle. I hope a lot of golf for that gentleman who's always been nice to me every time I've gone up to the radio station. And it's not like I'm a freaking visitor, but the 3 times I've ever been there, he was nice to me every time. I don't think he remembered who I was from the first time, but he was nice to me every time. Now, it's time to get into what we all came here to do. And let's talk about this Nets off season. Let me introduce my partner, Sam LaChow. Sam, why don't you unmute yourself and say hello to everybody?
What's going on? I want to echo everything that Eve just said very quickly. That everyone should go out and vote, and also Joe Boningo similarly has been a massive instrument in my life for sports radio as a long suffering Nets fan. And even as a Giants fan, his Jets rants are probably the one of the top points of sports radio as it gets. So much love to him and all the best. All the love, as he says.
Yeah, man. Joe is gonna be missed. Hey, so the first guest I'm gonna introduce is a cat that I think I've argued with the most on Twitter, but it's crazy. I get along with him the most. Like that's my guy in real life. So, but we say really mean and nasty things to each other sometimes, even though we love the same team and want the same thing. And the truth be told, it is a barbaric male friendship that we have. Bam, say hello to everybody.
I'm probably the only person that's been on your podcast that you've blocked multiple times.
No, I block everybody. I think I've blocked everybody on this call if they know it or not.
Special. But yeah, Boningo, just real quick on him. Obviously, guy lived the dream. I mean, he became an overnight host and was in the midday for all those years. So good luck to Joe. I don't like the Evan and Carton pairing. I don't think that's going to work out too well, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the show again. I think you have the record of guests on the show.
I was on the first episode.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So making his second appearance on the show, another person who, as much as I get along with and like him, we've tangled on Twitter as well. But seriously, it's crazy. We've been talking Nets basketball since we thought LeBron was coming here, and it's been that long, and me and Los have been talking that long as well. So, Mr. Carlos Hernandez, why don't you say hello to the people?
How's everybody doing? And yes, we do go back pretty far, only the second time. But I want to talk about Joe B for a second also, because people liken me to the angry fan, and he's definitely the godfather of the angry fans out there. And we seem to follow the same teams, except he follows the Knicks, I follow the Nets. But with the Mets and Jets, we have enough painful memories that I know on Monday morning or right now, before he retires Monday afternoon, I know he's going to give me 10, 20 good minutes of just going off and letting them know how much they stink.
Yeah, man.
And he deserves all his accolades.
They stink, bro.
He had a great career, man. From caller to host to midday host. He did it all. And
to the face of the Connecticut Broadcasting School. Was that the name of that? The school he used to do the commercial for? Did I get that wrong? Or was it like something like the Sports Radio Broadcasting School? I don't know. I'm sorry. I just I just talked about the Connecticut Sports Broadcasting School, and I was on mute. Stuff that never happens on the Brooklyn Buzz. Speaking of which, let me bring in our next Nets expert, and making his second appearance on the front office. I enjoy his show. When I am not feeling, I'm telling you, you're like my therapist, Jacques. I don't think you understand. Like, when I hate the Nets and I want to just fight everybody on the team, I listen to your podcast and you make me feel a little bit more optimistic. Say hello to everybody, Jacques Manuel.
Yeah, what up? Good to be here. What I will say about the voting is good to see Barclays Center being used as a station for people to attend and make their voices heard, make their democratic voices heard. And good to see Ant-Man, Paul Rudd, had some cookies there as well. I know it's a more difficult democratic process for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere in America than it is down here, but everyone making their voice heard is your democratic right and duty. So shout out to everyone who's already done that or is going to be doing that, mailed it in, head to whatever station you have to. I know who I'd be voting for if I was down here, who aligns with my beliefs and my philosophies, but it's a pretty easy one. I think we all know that what needs to be done hopefully gets done in the coming days, and there's a semblance of normality in this world, but at least we can talk about some Nets.
Jacques, did your country recently elect their own Donald Trump or something weird like that I've read? Maybe it was a sensationalist truth, but or something close to it.
Yeah, I mean, he's not as extravagant with his beliefs and with his policies, but he aligns a lot, and they seem to have quite a mutual partnership in terms of their political policies, in terms of their anti-climate change, anti-media, a lot of that sort of stuff, which is what forms a functioning democracy in a lot of ways. He seems to align with a lot of those beliefs. But, yeah, it's something, thank God for basketball, thank God for sport in general over this entire year, these last 9 months, however long it is, because it's been a good escapism from the shit show that is the 2020 calendar year, that is for sure.
Yeah, man. Seriously, thank God for basketball. But I'm gonna take us through some questions, and we're gonna answer as a round table, right? And we all get a shot to kind of, get it off our chest, right? I'm gonna always go last, but we're basically gonna go in a circle and address these topics about the Nets offseason, all right? So let's get right into it. My fellow diehards. Now, it could be coaching. It could be some gesture to the fans. The tie-dye uniforms as an example. This offseason, since basketball has stopped and the Lakers were crowned championship, I don't know why something doesn't feel right about that champ. It feels like LeBron got a cheap one. What's the best thing the Nets have done so far, guys? And I'm going to start with my partner, Sam. Why don't you lead us off in breaking down what the Nets have done well so far?
Yeah, so I think there's definitely a lot to look forward to, even though we haven't even had the official start of the offseason even really yet. But I think generally the coaching staff is what I'm super excited about. I think it's like an awesome mix of a lot of different guys who come from different pedigrees that I think are great. When you look at Udoka, now D'Antoni, Amari, I think keeping Jacques Vaughn was really important. And it's funny, the one quick thing I want to say is, Kyrie had that funny comment where he said, I think we're going to have kind of a new coach and any one of us can coach. And I actually think there's something interesting and something to that, in the sense that there's a lot of smart guys there. And I think it seems like it's going to be a very collaborative environment when you have two superstars like that. I think that's important to have. And so I'm looking forward to all those guys being there and teaching the group we got.
Are you one of those people that believe they should sign Jared Dudley to be the in the locker leader?
No, I don't think he doesn't seem necessary, and he also seems to be like more of a he seems like he's so happy to be a Laker anyway that he can stay there. It does seem like, I do think Rajah Bell is going to be added to the staff, because he said on a podcast that Nash already asked him about it, and I could see him being added, but that's about it.
I don't love that one. The Nets already had the biggest the biggest coaching staff. I didn't see anybody leave. I didn't see anybody say goodbye.